Let's kick off our first match here. So we got Sage Di Giuseppe against Sammy Ruiz.
Sage Di Giuseppe, 10th Planet Newton, Sammy Ruiz, the Jiu-Jitsu Mill. The CJI really changes the dynamic of finishers. Finishers really well known for being like the premier East Coast EBI tournament, now switching the rule set.
Yeah, so this is so much fun to watch. I love that they're switching up the format here. I mean, you got to go with what's hot in jiu-jitsu and just where the sport is going.
A lot of hard collar ties, hard wrestling. I think with the CJI rules, we're going to see a lot more wrestling than we're used to seeing in finishers.
Yeah, because especially it's, you know, in 3 rounds. Ooh, nice.
Nice arm drag right into that double. Bottom's doing a good job. We're securing that guard. So for those unfamiliar, 3 judges score it for the CJI, scored on a lot of different criteria, 10-9, or 10-point must system, just like MMA.
But also, if you get a submission, it is just over.
Yes.
So that's the one thing. You know, if you don't want it to go all 3 rounds, then start to hunt for the sub.
I like to always tell my students that's the one universal truth across every rule set. You submit the guy, nothing else matters.
Right? Don't leave it up to the judges because, you know, finishers, they do an excellent job of matching up some pretty even competitors. And so you see, ooh, nice little buggy. I love it. It's always at finishers where it's just, I see so many buggies here. It's excellent.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to think about like the pre-buggy era of jiu-jitsu. Everybody wants to hit one when just like a couple years ago it wasn't even a move.
Yeah, right? It's all the rage.
Now everybody wants to be on that highlight reel.
I know. Well, especially since when you compete at the Finishers Open, you know, they give money for the buggies.
Yeah, they give money for the buggies. Got Renee Souza watching you, the buggy man himself.
Right, you see Sage here, he's just pretty heavy in that, you know, top butterfly guard. Now he's looking to posture up here. Let's see what Sam has on the bottom.
Yeah, I'd like to see him do a little bit more than just trying straight up posture. Just trying to initiate some passing. If he just keeps straight posturing like that, it's a little bit easier as the bottom guy to time that.
But also sometimes, you know, you don't want to exhaust yourself, especially if you're thinking about 3 rounds. You know, if you're constantly trying to work to your feet, then that does get exhausting after a little bit. So sometimes it's okay to just wait till they open their legs.
Yeah, these long matches, if you're not used to them, the pacing is so different.
Right.
Heavy on that front head.
He's got to worry about passing the legs over, though.
Yeah, he's getting too much weight off of his back legs and just trying to grab that head. He needs to settle those hips in.
Ooh, nice little mirror lock attempt.
The same thing here. He's really pushing high and just kind of like stiff arming. I'd like to see him try and do a little bit more actual passing. That's giving these triangle kind of attempts. He seems to be busting out of them a lot, but that's going to eventually wear you down. Same thing, back to the half guard here. Heavy on that head. Kind of stuck in a little bit of a loop of the same positions happening here. You can get kind of tunnel vision, I think, when you're competing and to fall into this trap of doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and you think that there might be a little bit of a feeling out period as well.
Yeah, I think that factors in a lot with these long matches too. Guys don't want to go at that breakneck pace because they know if they don't get the sub right away, they're going to have to keep riding that out.
Yeah, and for those who've never really watched, ooh, nice reversal
good
there.
reversal.
Yeah, so for people at home that aren't used to the CJI rules, when it comes to, you know, judges' decision for that round, they look, you know, at who's initiating the action, if you're close in submission attempts, you know, also if you have dominant position control. Ooh,
solid back triangle.
Nice.
That is deep.
No, he's trying to rip that arm bar open. That's going to be tough for Sam to keep that connection.
Real deep. He's grinning.
No, ooh. I mean, he's still got like 45 seconds to hold on if he needs to.
We're at 40 seconds left in this round here. He needs to break those grips open, stop that rolling, get a solid position, hip into the back of that head and drive in to get the choke or isolate that arm.
Yeah, ooh, he's
There's the grip. The grip's broken.
Ooh.
Hip into the back of the head, and he can maybe finish the choke.
He's turning it more into a shoulder lock.
Oh,
that
is brutal. Man. He let that arm go. He let that arm go for a while.
He did not want to tap, but hey. All right.
That
Man.
back triangle is another position that's gotten
Was.
really, really popular over the last couple of
Excellent.
years. It's a fantastic position. That's a very, very solid submission. It was good. I think once he switched it up and went for a different attack, he found some success. That's what I was saying. You know, you can get trapped in that loop of the same thing over and over.
Right. Well, first match. We just kicked it off, and already a submission in that first round.
Our next match, we're looking at John Carlos Romero Jr. from Bergen County and David Harris from 10th Planet Bethlehem fighting on his home turf.
Yeah, John Romero, I've seen him compete a ton. I think I've commentated a ton of his matches, and he's very active on not just like the super fight scene, but also just tournaments in general. Like, he just competes a ton. It's always really exciting to watch, and it's both these guys that are coming up. They're both blue belts.
Both from very solid teams. Bergen County, Sean Yadamarco, finishers champion at 185. 10th Planet Bethlehem, of course, like I said, home field advantage. Tons of great competitors out of the team. Got Renee Souza in the corner of David Harris. Looks like maybe Mike Wacker from Black Hole in the corner of Romero.
Right, so we got John Romero in the black against David Harris in the brown and white here. Yeah, and also Romero, he won the Finishers Open back in September. So, you know, for anyone who's looking to compete on these cards or, you know, get... Ooh, nice double
A little bit of
leg.
wrestling in the background of
Right?
David Harris, I'm thinking. Clean double right off the feet.
Nice.
One of the nice things about doing these finishers competitions is you get so much mat space to work with.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of backing up that you can do to try and play the edge.
But you see a lot of the action goes into the fans a lot and never into the other wall, it seems like.
Yes.
Ooh. Harris tried to step into mount there, but John was able to catch him in a half guard instead.
Harris needs to try and dig that underhook a little bit better to secure that chest to chest. He's kind of getting pushed over and a little bit easily regarded because he doesn't have great control over the upper body here. Sits to that reverse scarf. I'm a big fan of that position. Steps over to mount.
Yeah, but yeah, Romero was trying to get into that octopus guard.
Yeah, that's a good counter for that reverse scarf, but he was aware of it, turned really quickly. Romero hunting that leg.
Ooh, just
Harris.
couldn't quite get that foot in for that Ashi position.
Harris does a good job of stepping around, being aware of that. Not surprising, given
Ooh,
the
trying to
team.
maybe go right into a Dars.
Shoulder crunch position for Romero. Needs to get that other leg in there to do a whole lot with that.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to look for that back take. Oh. He likes to just continue to sit and not follow him up.
Yeah, I think he got a taste of that wrestling and thinks maybe
Yeah.
the guard is the path to success here. Sometimes when you get blast doubled off your feet, it makes you a little tentative to stand
Right.
back up. Heavy chest pressure on top. Driving those hips up a little bit, which might make him a little more susceptible to that regard from the bottom. But really just knee slicing, driving that shoulder in. There it is. Yep. Tries to step over to mount again.
Yeah, he just has to be careful of that transition going too fast. Like here, he's back into half guard because he kind of tried to push that mount position a little too fast when he wasn't quite positionally sound.
Yeah, that's the classic wrestler's dilemma, right? Especially at these lower belts. Forward, 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 forward
Yeah.
all the time, and they never really settle. There we go. Beautiful spin around to the back there.
He's got wrist control on Romero on one side.
A lot of athleticism out of Harris on the top.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go right into mount or like a technical mount. Oh, Romero does a great job of pulling him back into half guard again.
Tries to sit for that octopus again. There
Oh,
there it
uses-
is. Beautiful.
nice.
Beautiful, beautiful use of that.
Yeah, you just see one little mistake by Harris by pulling his arm back, and he's going for a smother, mother's milk here.
Now we get to see Romero on top. I get the sense that maybe Romero might have a little bit more technical jiu-jitsu, but Harris a little bit more of the athlete.
Yeah, Romero's trying to, he's got two hooks in, but he's got one of Harris's arm traps, so he might fall a little high.
We might see that back triangle again.
Oh, couldn't quite hold on to that arm bar on the way out.
Yeah, that's an easy trap to fall into, getting overzealous on the back and coming over that head too much and getting shucked off. See that happen a lot. I think that should have given Romero some confidence here, though, to keep pushing, keep trying to find those openings. And if he can get on top, he can get some good positions. Going to have to get that smothering pressure of Harris off of him first, though. But Harris not really controlling the head, kind of posting his arms out real wide.
Yeah.
There's definitely space for Romero to get out.
Looks like he's going for an Americana.
Oh.
Ooh. Nice aggressive back take again. Doesn't quite have the hooks in, but he was under that chin for a little bit.
We're at about 45 seconds left in this first round. I would say this has been pretty much all Harris this round. Romero had that one moment of that sweep, but I would so far give this round to Harris. We'd like to see something big from Romero at the end of the round maybe to secure it, but good chest pressure again from Harris.
And Romero stays really active off of the bottom, too. He's not accepting of these, you know, I mean, they're not even bad positions, but he doesn't just wait for Harris to move on to something else. Like, he is actively trying to move and establish sweeps.
Yeah, he's active from the bottom for sure. I would say it's just the passes and the mounts that have really put him down in the round, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Man, he just muscled that right over.
Yeah, that looked very wrestling coded.
Oh, man.
You gotta love these big like wrestler guys that their answer to sweeping the person over is to just break their neck.
Right.
little shove, getting a little chippy at the end
Yeah.
there.
All right. End of round one here. So also with CJI, this is open scoring. So looks like we have all of the judges are in. Right, so everyone scored it first round for David Harris, but we did have one judge score it 10-8 for David Harris.
I mean, I don't know that I can strongly disagree with that. Big blast elbow, multiple instances of mount, some kind of back take like positions. I don't know that besides that one sweep from Romero, he didn't really have much offense the entire round. I think I would still go with a 10-9, but
yeah, I feel like it would have been a 10-9 because I felt like he was active, you know, he was actively working, you know, from the bottom position. You know, he wasn't just stuck, you know.
Yeah, I would like to see like a close sub attempt to really make it a 10-8 round in my opinion, rather than just positional dominance, but still a lot of kinks to figure out with this CJI rule set, I think.
Right.
Romero actively hunting the legs.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the strategy with a real heavy guy like that, to put yourself deeper underneath of him.
He's very pressure heavy, and, you know, he's not leaving a lot of room to invert or anything like that, so. Here he goes for that octopus guard again.
I can see where Romero's head is at.
Nice.
Romero really needs to drive this pressure and not let Harris get back up. He's got to find a way to pin him down. Oh, triangle.
Nice triangle.
Not something I would
that is locked up. He's passing the arm over.
Beautiful triangle attempt from bottom.
Oh yeah,
This is where
this looks tight.
That is tight.
I know.
He needs to control that head, control the posture, look to hook himself, pull Romero down.
I'd like to see him get off an angle a little bit more so that he can make this even tighter.
He's going super old school, just trying to yank on the head.
Yeah, Romero's trying to hide the arm here so that he can't. And he's out.
Beautiful defense from Romero, right into that back take position. Really good. Romero surging a little bit maybe after losing that first round. Realizing that he's down, stepping it up a little bit.
He's got to be a little bit safer in this position as well, because last time we saw him here, he got a little too high.
Oh, okay. Harris said, I see your octopus guard, and I raise you octopus guard.
Right? I love it. I love it.
More attempt from bottom. Uses that to roll. Romero maybe respected that a little bit too much, pulled all his weight off. We're at about 3 minutes left in this
looks like
round.
he's going to use it for a back take, using that Kimura trap.
There we go. Yeah, beautiful. Needs to get that top hook in. There we go. Full back take from Harris. Romero in trouble here. He needs to start reacting. He's getting a little complacent there. Harris is a little high. You could probably spin into him.
Yeah, there's a lot of openings between his legs right now.
Yeah.
He's trying to step over. There we go.
There it is.
Oh, he's switching off to a head and arm choke here. But Romero's off to the side a little bit. It's going to be tough to finish. He's got to yank him back down to the mat, but he likes to roll into turtle.
Just hold him with the body lock. Just body lock.
Here Harris's coach is calling to hold him with the body lock, maybe elicit a reaction from Romero and capitalize when he opens up. A lot of people tend to shell up and turtle, kind of glue those ribs to their knees.
Yep. Ooh, an armbar attempt here. Oh,
Deep armbar attempt, deep armbar attempt. He's a little kissed off to the side. He needs to get, there it is.
Tap. Wow.
Once he made that adjustment so he could get under the elbow.
Yeah. Right, here we go. David Harris, winner by armbar.
Romero really stepped it up that round. He was looking good, but that pace of Harris, I think, was just too much for him. All right. So next we have Mike Krasnavich out of Bag Company versus Jonathan Lopez.
Yo, what up?
And we got the man himself, a big Uncle Zach.
It's going down.
Jill had to step off. She will be cornering Jonathan Lopez.
Nice. Yeah, so far going good. Always a challenge when you're working with computers and stuff. They work properly. It's just mostly user error, which is me. So trying to get them. That's why the scores aren't coming up on the actual flow. But we'll have that eventually. Right now, though, we're looking pretty good. Everything is running smooth. We're already 2 matches in. You notice the same amount of people showed up as if we have 700 matches, right? Isn't that interesting?
The 700 matches is a little brutal, having been on many of those cards.
I know, it's been, it's been an interesting thing to see the way other, events try to run them and stuff. And I've heard of some that go hours, and we've had some pretty bad ones.
It's brutal sometimes. I would say 10 to 20 is the sweet spot.
Yeah, 10 to 20. But with the CJI rules, with the rounds, I think it's it's better to do 10 matches. And I think it's better that we do less matches, and then we can really concentrate more on the athletes that are actually competing, you know what I mean? As opposed to that one, you faced Gothlord on it. That one had Dima from B Team, that had Julian, that had everybody on it.
Yeah.
And people just kind of got lost in the sauce on that one.
Yeah, sometimes there's just so many good matches that, you want to highlight the matches, but it's like, all right, well, this guy's on here and this guy's on here, and it's kind of hard to pick who your attention goes to.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I like these smaller events. I'm hyped to get on here, get my first CJI rules match.
Hell yeah, 100%. And, I think for these, the cool thing about it is we can really pay back the guys that have been, training here or competing here a lot all the time, coming to the opens, coming to the pros. And then not just that, but if I see somebody that's this dude on the scene is killing it at Arena, this guy's killing it at Naga, this guy's killing it at Tap Tournament and all the mad events that they have up in Long Island, Chronic Combat, all
Jonathan
those.
Lopez, 6 single
nice
leg there.
takedown.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Lopez has been competing with us for a while. Mike is
right in.
Yeah. Oh man.
Mike,
Good
yeah,
tap.
Jonathan
That's a
Lopez.
tap.
Mike Krasnavich spun right into that Choi bar. That was nasty. I've rolled with Jonathan Lopez before. He's no easy match. That was impressive.
Wow, that was nice. Choi bar situation. That was crazy.
We gonna get a sub of the night event
that
with
might
these
be,
these smaller events, you know?
That might actually be sub of the night. Well, it is so far, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I think we're gonna give him a couple of minutes here before we get this next match going, just to give a
reset.
little bit
That
of
was
a break
quick.
in time. Yeah. But thank you guys all for watching, tuning in, helping out, supporting the show at all times. Really, really appreciate it. I'm going to give you guys back to Jillian, though. She's about to come back on in a minute. Right, I think John's... Yeah, we might be taking a little 5-minute buzzer here just so we can let some of these guys get here. And
we're moving a little fast.
Yeah, we're moving fast. But you know what, though? What other tournament... Let me ask you a question. What other tournament moves fast?
Right? Never had a schedule.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah.
You're sitting at home and you're like, man, I want the next match. Go on and rewind that last one, watch it 10 times. Because that was sick.
Yeah.
But, hey, that gives me an opportunity to tell you guys about stuff we have upcoming. We got a lot of stuff. We got it. We pretty much signed a 2-year, not pretty much, we did sign a 2-year deal with Flo. And so, you know, shout out to them. And, you know, a lot of people are always, like, trying to figure out, like, where's the event going to stream? Like, what's going to do? Like, Flo's been great to us. You know, so staying with them, no brainer, especially a 2-year deal gives us like some comfortability and like being able to run more shows. And they won a lot of shows. So we got a bunch coming. We pretty much have an event every month almost. So next month is just an open. You know, we're going to have some WNO qualifiers coming up, which is going to be good. And then in March 2nd, we have the first ever Women's Survivor Series. And then,
So excited for that.
That's going to be sick. And then we have to, before Kyle guillotines me, is have the big guy Survivor Series as well. I think I promised the girls one first, but the big guy one is definitely coming as well. So
That's nothing anybody wants to see more than 25 heavyweight matches in a row. You know the fans are clamoring for it.
well, it all depends on who the heavyweights are, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
true.
I think some of the guys that are going to compete in that will also, you know, some of the guys won't be like crazy big heavyweights. Some of the guys will be a little bit smaller, I'm sure, that can handle the bigger guys. But I mean, look at the heavyweights tonight, Connor Dixon and Goop. I mean, they don't, you know, yourself, you guys don't really move like some heavyweights. We just don't want the matches where
It's just a whole lot of
15 minutes of
lay
guys
and
ramming
pray.
into each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the crop of heavyweights, I can only speak for myself, but the crop of heavyweights that I train are all exciting. Me, my brother, Dennis Gunnick, Ryan Roth, you know, we're all submission heavy guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how many big guys like yourself play rubber guard? Not that many. You know what I mean?
Just me that I know of.
I mean, and you know,
Right? That actively, like, hunts for gogoplatas. Like, come on.
Goop will throw up some stuff, but he's got an inverted game. I mean, Connor will go inverted. Like these guys, big guys that go for little guy moves. You know.
Goop and Connor is a crazy match. That's the match that made me want to be here doing the commentary tonight. But Matt Mash, Christian Bobe is, man, that is going to be wild.
That one's so crazy.
Matt Mash is so talented, and Christian Bobe, not really a jiu-jitsu guy, more of an MMA fighter, but has been tearing
Oh, no,
it
he
up
is
on
a jiu-jitsu guy, too.
Yeah.
He's, you know, he just got his brown belt, but, you know, he had a long layoff due to, like, a major knee injury, but he hasn't just been an MMA guy. He started out wrestling and then really focused on jiu-jitsu and MMA, so he's been competing in both equally since he came back from his injury.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think when I think of him, I think MMA fighter, but really he is a seasoned jiu-jitsu competitor. I'm pretty sure he just beat Pete Shoemaker, who, if you know local jiu-jitsu, is a very talented competitor, head coach of Precision Spring Mount.
Yeah, but also shout out to, you know, the Finishers Opens. You know, if you want to get on these cards, compete at the Finishers Opens. You know, if you're placing there, then they think you're going to be good enough to be on these cards. So that's what you got to do.
I was still doing the Opens after I was the Finishers champion.
Yeah, so come out, compete on the Opens. That'll get you a spot on these cards.
I think there's something to be said of experience, no matter what it's from. I think some people start looking at tournaments like they're above them at a certain point, but that's
Right?
not
No,
the right
I
way
mean,
to
you
do
gotta
it.
always test your game. You gotta always change your game because, you know, your game in the training room might not be the same as what you do in competition. So here we go. The ladies, we got Gabby Best from Bayside Jiu-Jitsu. She's also the owner of Bayside Jiu-Jitsu. She's
Right
the one
into
that
it.
She's the one who just pulled guard against Amy Lynn Camilli from the Cave Grappling Club. Her coach is Connor Dixon, who is in the main event this evening. Both these ladies, always super exciting. They've gone against each other multiple times already, and I think Gabby has got more wins against Amy. But
Gabby
they're always
playing
super
that high
exciting.
guard, hunting the arm bar.
Yeah, she has phenomenal arm
Amy
bars.
Camilli steps over. What a crazy defense to an arm bar.
Yeah.
You see some sometimes with the women, just different flexibility, different movements and stuff that you would never really think about doing, but they pull it off well. Both of these women, very, very action heavy. I've seen both of them compete a lot on not just finishers, but several different tournaments. Really, really exciting, talented grapplers.
Yeah, it looks like, going for a nice tight toe hold there.
Amy Lynn looking for that maybe far side Kimura. She has that single leg butterfly hook in there. Amy seated. They both stand back up here. Interested to see a little bit of wrestling from these two with the rule set, you know. Yep, there we go. Right in. Beautiful pull right into the leg from Amy.
Yeah, she's got a really great leg lock game. I mean, she's got a nice little bite there.
She's got a tight bite on that heel, but again, the flexibility and just
tap. Wow.
Debbie Best tap's great win for Amy Lynn Camilli.
Yeah, considering all the times they've gone against each other before, Gabby's usually the winner, so.
Yeah, you see a lot of what I've noticed from Amy Lynn Camilli's matches, a lot of killer instinct. When she has something, she really attacks it.
Yeah, she's very aggressive all the time, and I love that she's controlling it a little bit more, so it's more of a controlled aggression, you know, instead of just being that smash, smash, smash. There's a lot more technique involved in this now. So, you know, she's really, especially since switching teams, she's now at the Cave, like she's definitely on a different level when it comes to competing now.
Connor's slowly building a little team of beasts for himself.
Yeah, definitely. He is all in with, you know, he's still competing himself, but man, like he's out there coaching all the time. You know, he's got a nice little comp team going.
This next one, this is a good one. Luke Shomoes, who I'm very familiar with. I had quite a few matches with him myself. Used to be out of Hellfish. I was just talking to him in the back. Now full-time training at 10th Planet Allentown versus Nick Mancini from Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, I have pretty good knowledge of both these guys' games. Both of them very exciting.
Yeah, and Luke, he's a black belt. He actually hasn't competed for a little while, so it's really great to see him back on the competition scene. He was super active, competing all the time, so it took a little bit of time off. And then we got Nick Mancini. He's a brown belt. He competes a ton. He's a finisher's vet. He's definitely been more active recently. So we'll see, you know, what Luke has after that little bit of time off.
Yeah, long layoff for Luke, but I think a huge step up in competition for Nick Mancini. Nick Mancini, I think more recent brown belt, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Luke been a black belt for, I think as long as myself, a couple years now. But Luke, very good judo, very stand-up heavy, good foot sweeps, lightning fast triangles from the bottom, just a really, really well-rounded, tough game. Nick, really good wrestling, good leg locker. I'm very, very interested to see how this one goes, especially on the feet.
Yeah, this one's going to be interesting. Love this one.
It's always cool to see guys off a long layoff, see what they've been working on, see if their game changes, or if they return to form. You know, Luke, if he just comes back to being as good as he was, impressive.
All right, we got Nick Mancini out first. Right.
Luke Shomoes, always the same expression on his face. Nothing bothers that dude. Nick Mancini, always a lot of action, moves a lot of wrestling.
Like it looks like very frantic, but there's a reason for it. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, Nick Mancini, good leg locker and a good wrestler. Luke, lightning fast, like I said, he'll snatch something off really quick.
Yeah. Hey, looks like he's going to the arm saddle here. Nick's doing a great job of defending, but
beautiful.
Ooh.
Beautiful jiu-jitsu out of Luke.
Take your time. Hook the leg.
Yeah, he's right into that armbar position.
Other leg.
Here Renee Souza kind of talking through this position.
Yeah, to hook the leg, but you want to hook the bottom leg because you don't want someone to stack up so that, you know, it's super uncomfortable. You want them carrying all your weight, and when you hold that bottom leg, you know, they can't turn their hips over and stack.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Luke's thinking with that top leg. I'm sure he's got something cooking.
We're just trying to control it because Nick is trying to use it to push away.
Yeah, really expected to see a little bit more stand-up out of Nick, not that guard pull right away.
Yeah, I think maybe he was trying to use that, you know, that snatch single to turn it into like a leg lock setup. Yeah, but I just think he couldn't quite get his body underneath there.
I think a guy like Luke Shomoes is going to be really hard to catch with those like surprise moves.
Yeah.
He's just too crafty, too well seasoned.
Yeah. So you see Nick here. He's trying to turn his hips over so that he can stack the armbar, but Luke is just being so heavy with him on top. He's not allowing him to stack. So Nick just has this really, good grip, but he's still got to work to get out.
Surprised we're not seeing a little bit more hand fighting from Luke on that grip to try and secure that arm bar.
All right, Nick is finally in that stack position. Ooh, but Luke is looking to just roll him back over.
There we go.
Yeah. Ooh.
Mancini really trying to just grab him with the legs, stop him from the arm bar. I think.
Ooh. Now Luke's able to use his hips,
Yeah.
and he's going to try and roll him back over, right back to that position. Yeah. Here's what you want to see. Like, he's trying to pry apart the arms. You saw him palm towards Nick's far side arm, which is one of the ways to break that. Except Nick is just using his legs again. Yeah. Oh, and there's a tap. Wow.
Yeah, I think, like I said, big step up for Nick Mancini
definitely.
against Luke Shomoes. Good for him. More respect to him. But I would like to see Luke Shomoes maybe now that he had that victory back, contending almost for a title.
Yeah.
I think he's got that much talent.
that was like a perfect match for him. You know, zero mistakes.
Mancini, a tough customer, a good guy to come back, get a win on finishers, and really reestablish himself. But I'd like to see him against that next tier guy.
Another first round finish here. I mean,
Blaze him.
they don't want to play today. They just came out here and they want that win.
So next we have our last match before our title matches. Zach, are the title matches longer? Are the title matches still 3-5s or are they? Yeah. Okay, they're not like 25 minutes long. All right, it's a long time. Yeah.
Might as well. Let's do it right. I would say we do this for like a 19-minute just let's give him a break.
All right, for folks at home, there's going to be a little bit of a break in action here.
So what we got coming up here, Jill? What do
Yeah,
you got?
so next match we have Caleb Watts from 10th Planet Bloomsburg here against Kevin Dantzler from Team Webb. So Kevin is just, you've seen him compete on big stages like Fury, where he has taken on some amazing competitors, and I love to see him out here competing a lot because, he's a coach and a family man, so I know it can be a little tough to get out there and compete, and you just see him on these big stages. Love to see it. He's super exciting, with his unpassable guard, which you've seen a lot of people complain about, but hey, that's jiu-jitsu. If you can't pass someone's guard, what are you doing here?
Yeah, Kevin Dantzler has competed, I think, on Fury against 2 UFC champions in Merab Dashvili and Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, a lot of people not so happy with those performances, including Merab and Aljamain. But as Jill said, that's kind of the nature of the game. I think some MMA guys come over to our sport thinking that they'll dominate because they're high level in MMA. And it doesn't necessarily always play out that way. But, yeah, Dantzler very active from guard. He's facing a last-minute replacement in Caleb Watts. Originally was supposed to face Sam McCallie out of Emerald City. Sam wasn't able to make the event, so now we're filling in with Caleb Watts here. Caleb, not a guy I'm as familiar with as Kevin Dantzler. Looking ahead at the rest of the card, though, after that, we're looking at 4 title matches.
Yeah, and these title matches are phenomenal tonight. It's 3 of them are someone's going to be a new title. So we've got Kate Egan against Sharon Mcera. So this is the interim title at 145 pounds, and both these ladies are super exciting. Kate Egan, she has just skyrocketed recently with her jiu-jitsu, and she's come off with a lot of big wins here at finishers, and now she's very deserving of a title match against Sharon. She's another one. She is just phenomenal, who's
So what do you do that on the computer and then you send it to your phone? I still get this as like actually the screen on there. Like, damn, the screen and screen. Well, they have, you should see, remember how far it was?
Looks like we are ready to get back to the action here in a moment. Putting everybody in their places. We are rolling along. I love to see a card that goes quick.
All right, who's ready to kick off the action again, guys? Let's go. Representing Team West, pick it up for Kevin Dantzler.
Kevin Dantzler in the all black.
And his opponent out of 570 Jiu-Jitsu as well as 10-point Blue. Give it up for Caleb Watts.
Caleb Watts in the black and orange.
Shout out to Caleb, second last name. That's a true word.
All right, shout out to Caleb. I mean, taking this on basically like 1 day's notice. This is a tough challenge.
Yeah, Kevin Dantzler is a name to take on in a very, very short notice. But you know what? It's jiu-jitsu. You do it every day. You should be ready to go on 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 weeks.
Hey, looks like he's not afraid, of the leg lock game or anything. He was trying to counter with, an entry of his own there.
No, and I think if you're Caleb Watts, a younger guy, maybe not as well known, you're thinking in your head, all right, I beat Kevin Dantzler. Everybody's going to be aware of me. Nice leg drag pass from Dantzler right away.
Yeah, if he can smash a little bit, love to see that like saddle setup from that, leg drag. He's doing an excellent job passing, keeping control of his legs. I mean, Caleb does look pretty bendy, I would say. Oh.
Caleb trying to get in on that leg. Caleb in on the leg. Great entry there. Dantzler goes in on that toe hold.
Oh, we got a tap.
That was a crazy fast toe hold, but it looks like maybe Caleb Watts had a problem with his foot going into that.
Yeah, it's taped up already.
Yeah. He's got a lot of tape on there. He's limping.
Wow.
I'm thinking maybe a prior injury made him tap a little quick to that.
Oh, it was a junior lock? Right.
Oh, okay. Not
Couldn't
something you
see
see
it.
all
He
the
was
time.
kind of facing away from us.
Yeah, it looked like a toe hold.
Two matches.
So next up, we have that Kate Egan, Sharon Mcera match that Joe was talking about earlier. Kate Egan, like you said, really rising. I've noticed making more of a name for herself lately.
Yeah, so again, this is the first of 4 title matches that we got here. Both these, honestly, Kate Egan, she's had, some great wins here on the finisher stage. She beat black belt Deanna Bennett, also Claire Butterfield, some really quick wins as well. And she's got, not just upper body submissions, she's got a great leg lock game as well.
Yeah, Deanna Bennett, big win. Deanna Bennett, well-known women's MMA fighter, black belt, tough as they come. To have a win over her, I mean, is that the win that got her this title shot?
Yeah. So, she competes really actively on both the Finishers Open and also these nighttime shows. Also, she's been a part of the women's camps that happen here at 10th Planet Bethlehem, right? So Laura Kent put these on, twice a year, where it's a whole weekend of, a camp for women. They bring in some amazing instructors, and Kate was able to teach at the last one.
Yeah, it's so great. As a gym owner, I see sometimes that there's not always the best opportunities for women to learn from other strong, knowledgeable women. It's really cool what they do here. People like yourself, really promoting black belt women and instructing. That's awesome to see. And putting on these exciting matches, I think, helps women see that this opportunity is there for them, and it's great for finishers to really highlight the women's matches like they always have.
Right? It's like sometimes the women, they're more exciting than the men in certain matches, so they're so much fun to watch, and it's just different jiu-jitsu sometimes. It's you see something different between the men and what the women do in jiu-jitsu, and you just see just a nice change of pace sometimes.
Yeah, I think we saw that earlier with that Amy and Camille match. I mean, Gabby Best very good too, but Amy just savage on that attack. They're doing, they're out there promoting it, looking good on highlights. Somebody might see that on Instagram, and that might be what makes them decide to take up jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so I mean, also I think the judges look pretty bored right now. They really have only been used for one round so far tonight, so...
You know what? Like I said, I think that there's nothing wrong with a card that goes by quickly. Hey, man, can't complain.
Like no one came to play tonight. It's like they were like, I got stuff to do. I need to go home. Want to watch some fights. Like they were ready. They came prepared.
Oh yeah, big UFC card tonight. Kind of crazy last-minute replacement there too.
Yeah. But like I said, they do a great job with matchmaking as well. Like they give some pretty even matchups that usually create fireworks and stuff. But man, tonight people, they wanted those wins.
Yeah, I don't really think there's ever. I've been doing finishers since the beginning. I don't really ever think they do many squash matches.
Yeah.
I think they always find great talent, and they do a good job of the level of talent matches each other. And they give you that nice build-up, from the time, if you're doing it from the time you're a purple belt all the way up to a black belt. Like a lot of these guys on the card probably have been. I know Goop, been around forever.
Yeah.
Juliano, homegrown guy for them, started off kind of as just like a wrestler, kind of starting competing, now working his way all the way up to a title shot, a guy that's become really well-rounded.
Yeah, and I'd love to see them adding the who's number one qualifier tournaments that they have here. We saw the first one that they held, the winner, Cordova, he already was on a who's number one card, got his first win there. It's great that they're promoting the sport and the talent in this area, to end up on a who's number one stage, because you think, if that's your goal, if you want to be professional grappler, then you start at these shows, which finishers, it's on Flow, and a lot of people know this card, but there's even bigger ones out there, and if you got to work your way up to those.
Yeah, and I think it has given a lot of people those different opportunities. You talk about these people that have won these WNO qualifiers. Evan Levy, he won one. I think he won his match on WNO. So these guys that are winning these are, they're going to the place they should be, really proving that this is the avenue. And now with these CJI rules, who else is getting this experience? So the biggest stage right now, CJI and ADCC, I don't think there's any other big promotions really pushing full CJI cards. Some other places trying to incorporate it a little bit, but...
Yeah, but first card with full CJI rules, it's phenomenal.
I wonder when we're going to see some pit walls in here.
I know. Can we get those? Can we just get those installed?
Zach Maslany, I don't know.
Right.
The mad scientist, I could see him doing it.
Can we just get, they're just temporary ones just to put in?
I'm sure he's cooking on it. I would not be surprised.
Or maybe just even half. Just put it on one wall and the back wall. And, I love to see them use it.
It's got to add an interesting dynamic when you've never, I would venture to say that 99% of people that compete in the pit have never trained with that pit wall.
Yeah.
So it's a weird element to throw in there. It's your first time seeing it, and then you're on the biggest stage possible.
Right, because it's even weirder, it's especially if you're the one on your back, it's so hard to work from positions like that, when you're kind of in a still elevated type position. So it's a little strange, but you just see some crazy finishes, Craig Jones hit that flying triangle.
I think they just had another one on Karate Combat, another flying triangle off the pit wall. It's a whole nother dynamic, right?
Love the creativity that they have with the pit walls. It's so much fun to watch. Jiu-jitsu you know, it's this sport is still trying to build some more fans, to be a little bit, you know, more out there. And, you know, that's the things you got to do. You know, you got to evolve this sport a little bit more, make it a little bit more exciting for people to watch. And, hey, got to keep up.
Yeah, and I think jiu-jitsu really, I think one of the things holding it back as a competitor, as a commentator, as a coach, is this lack of a universal rule set. So I think, you know, every new rule set that comes out has its ups and downs, but this CJI one really seems to be one that as a common person just watching it, or as an MMA fan coming over and watching it, it's very, very easy to understand. You know, there's not a crazy complex scoring system with advantages. There's not ADCC style where we have to hold things for a certain amount of time. It's just, you know, watch, and then whoever is the judges feel is winning based on certain criterias.
Yeah.
And then we get the open scoring, which is really nice, something that people call for in MMA a lot.
Yeah, which, I mean, I wish they would do that. I mean, they've done it in Missouri. So they had like an Invicta MMA card there where they had open scoring. And, you know, hey, I think it's useful just because sometimes fighters in corners, they never know if they're winning the first couple rounds if it's super close. And, you know, that changes up a game plan going into a third round. So,
yeah, I think the only counter argument I've ever really heard against is that guys could coast, but I just don't think that would be true. If you're a fighter, you're in there to finish the fight. You want to get noticed. You want the bonus money. You want to be the guy that everybody's talking about. You're not going to just coast.
Yeah, like I think that would be a very small percentage of people would be doing that.
And I think those kind of people probably do that when they feel like they've won a round anyway.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. You know, they're always innovating, you know, in jiu-jitsu. And maybe MMA could use a little bit more of that, I think. Kind of be willing to change some things and try it out.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're set to get back to the action here.
Here we go. All right, Sharon Mcera is the first to walk on the mat.
So again, this one is for the interim title.
Interim, yes. Molly Zabrowski is the one who holds the title currently. But she's looking to have a baby sometime soon.
So, yeah, I think that'll take you out for a little bit, huh? Kate Egan on bottom in the black spats. Sharon Mcera on top in the black and brown shorts. Ooh. Kate Egan right away in on a knee bar. That looks tight.
Yeah, she was a little too below the knee, though.
Yeah, good entry, but yeah, maybe a little bit of ranging out issues.
Yeah, she's recovering back to a 50-50, but Sharon's got a nice little bite on that heel hook.
Same thing. I think we're going to see her lose that knee line control here.
Yeah, so one thing about 50-50 position you got to worry about, you know, it's the other person is just as offensive as you are. Ooh.
Mcera back on top out of that scramble there. She's got a good chest-to-chest connection.
Ooh, nice little knee cut there.
Both really gunning for it, not trying to hold positions, really trying to advance quickly. Maybe we're looking to keep up the trend of first-round finishes here.
Right, Kate's into looks like K-guard trying to roll under.
Yeah, I think Mcera, maybe if she settled a little bit, wouldn't be so open to those inversions. Hard knee cut up towards the head there.
Yeah, Kate's grabbing on the leg so that if Sharon continues to pass, You see Kate go a little bit of belly down there.
Back take attempt. I would like to see her try and get those hooks in. There we go. Maybe use that top hook to pull over to that other side. She opts instead for that gift wrap kind of quarter back take.
Nice little adjustment there.
3 minutes remaining.
Looks like she might be switching off to a head and arm, but you got to flatten. She'd have to flatten Kate out there.
Yeah, she'd have to flatten her out and free that leg that's kind of caught in that quarter guard.
Yeah.
Maybe she's thinking she keeps losing that back take attempt. She's not going to load that up so much. Try this head and arm to flatten her and change the direction of the attack a little bit.
Yeah, because it looks like Sharon's just trying to get some more upper body control before she thinks about her next move.
Yeah, I would say so far she's doing a good job of controlling the round, but she just can't quite settle into the dominant positions. Quarter guard Kate Egan doing a good job of keeping her from advancing, but she needs to look to come up maybe.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh. Yeah, Sharon had a nice underhook there, so when she was able to pass through, but Kate again rolls through back to turtle.
Kate has that arm trapped. Kind of interesting position. She rolls through almost like that reverse type of omoplata. Right onto the back again. Good pressure from Kate Egan, not letting herself get swept there.
Again, she pulls her leg free, so she's in that top, like, north-south position.
A little bit of cage work there.
Yeah, hey, if you got a wall there, use that to bump. Why not? Right, so we see Kate Egan in this top position here. Let's see what she can do working on top. Right, nice guard recovery there by Sharon.
Sharon's elevating, looking for that leg again. I like to see both of them kind of try and ditch these things that aren't great positions. They're kind of like jockeying for the legs, but I think that there's a huge opportunity with no engagement there to scramble up and secure something on top.
Right,
Maybe rather
so
than go
just
for those
hold
toe
on.
holds.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on to the foot so that you can get up.
Yeah.
And then get into that more dominant position, because otherwise, you know, they're both just kind of laying there a little bit.
Yeah, I think, you know, if you're used to more of like a sub-only oriented style, whereas in this CJI rules, every second of the match counts what you're doing. You know, any opportunity that you have to get into a good position is going to look good to the judges, and they're scoring it based on the entire round. So you hit one good position, you know, that could be the difference.
Got a little bit of octopus guard again here by Sharon.
A lot of that tonight.
I know. Love it. Love it.
I feel like Craig Jones really kind of brought that back to being a big thing. Sharon flattened out, but Kate Egan a little low on her. She's kind of Heismaning her off with that stiff arm. There we go. Moves back up towards that chest to chest. Places the weight a little bit better.
Yeah, it looks like Sharon might sneak out from underneath from the backside, though.
Time on that first round.
Right.
So we go to the second round for what?
Here
Just
we
the second
go.
time tonight.
I know. Look, the judges actually have to do something now.
So we'll see our open scoring here in a second.
All right, so looks like we have 2 judges score at 10-9 for Kate Egan and 1 judge scoring at 10-9 for Sharon.
Close round. I don't.
I know that was definitely really
I might have to give
really
that a
tough to
little thought.
score.
Both of them good positions. Both of them good attacks. Yeah, it's you know, you have to declare a winner for the round, but that almost, you know, kind of felt like maybe even a draw of a round.
Yeah, that was definitely very close. I mean, really, it could have gone either way, really, to both ladies. Like, you saw them both definitely switching top and bottom position, both constantly attacking. Neither could really hold a position for too long, though, because that's just how good these ladies are.
See that quick guard bull from Egan again.
Yeah, she likes to pull guard into, like, you know, with a couple butterfly hooks in there, looking to maybe elevate, set up a leg lock.
Yeah, she's looking to invert hard onto that left leg.
Yeah, except the problem, I think both of her legs might be a little to the outside, and she doesn't have one in the middle.
Yeah, I think you're right.
She just has her arm there. Ooh, but she transition
she's
maybe
gonna
like an
get
arm saddle.
Kind of stacked here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's letting herself get stacked onto her neck a little bit too much. You see Sharon hunting that neck a little bit, maybe I think a Darce choke if Egan tries to go underneath her hard again.
Yeah, I think Sharon here is probably, after losing that first round, you got to change up your game plan just a little bit. Maybe you got to start hunting subs more, a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that front head is really a great option when you have somebody that wants to go underneath of you really, really hard. They bring that head into your cross-side arm every time they do that.
Right.
Back step
Ooh,
for
back-
Sharon. I might land her on
Ooh.
bottom, though. Good job of Kate Egan capitalizing on that.
Yeah,
And,
right into the arm saddle there by Sharon, because Kate tried to, go through the legs to try and get, a guard pass. But if you leave your arm there a little too long, then, you have this arm saddle, another one. All the rage now.
Yeah. I think we're going to see, a Kimura trap up into a back take here. I feel like the Kimura trap was always popular, and then that arm saddle was just kind of like the next
Oh,
genesis
she's
of
got
it.
that
She's got that
extended.
arm bar all the way extended.
Oh, that is. Oh, but Kate's working her way back up. Sharon doesn't have a leg over the head. Oh, wow.
Way to go, Kate Egan. That was tough.
What an escape.
Shows a lot of flexibility, a lot of
Right?
awareness.
Wow.
I think sometimes, it's easy to chalk those things up to just flexibility, but she maintained her composure there. She realized
Yeah,
where
she
her
turned
elbow
her
line
body
was
to
at.
the side, exactly, and she didn't allow Sharon to put, the controlling leg over her head, so she wasn't able to really hip into it as much as she could have.
But that was a good attack for Sharon.
Yeah.
That's going to look good to the judges for her. Definitely the closest sub attempt of the match, I think, so far.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's see if Katie can capitalize on this top position, maybe get a sub attempt of her own, and look to solidify the round for herself. We're at about 2 minutes left in the round here. So a lot of time to work for both of them.
Yeah, so Kate's trying to control that front head.
Knee right to the face
I
there.
know, right?
Sure that felt great. Yeah, again, maybe a little bit more pressure from these
Oh,
top
she's going for
positions.
an arm bar there.
Oh.
Into a crucifix.
Right into the crucifix. Sharon's
Right?
arm's a little loose, that arm that's trapped by the legs, but we're looking
Ooh,
for...
she's got
Yeah.
that choke there. Ooh, that looks tight.
That does look tight. Sharon's out, though. We're in a bulldog, crazy bulldog choke type situation here. No hooks,
she's got
bottom,
that locked
rear
in,
naked
though.
choke. Sometimes there's just not even a name for the move that's going on.
Right? It's just, oh, wow.
Wow.
This is such a crazy round.
So, exactly what I was just talking about. Kate
Right?
Egan had to attack and get a close sub, and I think she
And
did
she
it.
did, yeah.
Now
So
we're back.
now it's, how do you score this?
Now we're back to neutral.
Yeah, both ladies have, have had really great dominant offensive positions. Both have had really close submission attempts. Yeah, if Sharon can stay in this top position and still work her way maybe into mount or a back take, that could buy her the round.
Yeah, I think so far I would probably lean towards Sharon even with that submission attempt from Kate Egan, but anything's possible with the last 30 seconds of the round left
Yeah.
here. I think we've just seen a little bit more top game dominant position out of Sharon this round. If she gets this back take here, that's definitely going to secure that
Yeah.
round for her. She needs to drive that bottom knee under the shoulders.
Yeah, she's
Kate Egan doing a good job of trying to shrimp away from it.
yeah, just trying to really flatten her out.
Yeah.
Right,
Good.
that's it. Round
Yeah.
number 2 is over. All right,
think
this is going to be interesting.
I think if it was me, I'd probably give that round to Sharon.
I
So we'd
think
be
so.
1-1.
Right, so judges' scores are in. we have 2 judges giving it 10-9 to Kate Egan and 1 judge giving it 10-9 to Sharon. So Kate is up.
I'd be interested to see what the thought process. You always have to wonder that with judged rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but right now we got Kate is up 2018. So once we go into this 3rd round, I mean, Sharon, she can only win by submission, or if she has a really dominant round, if she gets like a 10-8, you know, then tie. But
do we have a tiebreaker criteria in effect?
ooh, that is a good question. If it comes to a title.
Hate to see ties in anything.
Right.
Yeah, so this is, I wanted to just say, this is an interesting one because Kate can still win if she wins, or if Sharon can still win on this judge's, on both of these scorecards, and then she'll end up winning a split decision, even if this one has her losing by a lot, you know what I mean? So it could end up being like 2 judges see it for Sharon, so it's not over yet. If she wins this round and they both give it to Sharon, she could win, right?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because Kate is up 20-18 right now.
That's only on one scorecard, though.
No. But like, she's Kate's winning because first round 2 judges scored it 10-9. Second round
Interesting
10-9
position going on.
for Kate Egan.
Yeah, but it's 19. It's tied on these scorecards. That's what I'm saying. But look at this. Sorry, I don't want to take away from the thing.
Possible calf slicer. No, it's, again, this is a newer scoring style, different criteria, you know, something to get used to for all of us. Us as commentators, Zach as the event organizer, judges, refs.
That could be a
competitors.
counter knee bar right there. That is truck position slash.
Yeah, ooh, that is tight.
Deep. That's deep.
Oh, and a tap.
Kate Egan heard us talking about the scorecards, and she said, check this out.
She's like, I'm out. Fuck it.
No judges needed.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure even if.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
If she won this one, she won,
No.
2 judges would win. Like, let's say.
No.
If.
No.
Well, she lost anyways, but. Submission.
And your winner, the newly termed champion of 145 pounds, representing Gracie Philly,
All right, your winner, Kate Egan, your interim 145-pound champ.
Yeah, she would have lost by majority decision instead of unanimous decision, but she still would have lost if it had gone that way.
I don't think so. Because that happens. Remember the one fight between. Just listen to this one. Remember the one fight between. What's his name? I forget. I was at the fight. One judge gave it 4 rounds to 1 for Mancini, and the other judges scored it the opposite. You know what I mean? Let's go, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like,
but that would make it a majority
Well,
decision.
what you're saying could happen if the point differential was far enough away,
Yeah, but
right?
it's not.
but like, look, it's 19-19 on their scorecard. So what
Yeah,
if
but
this?
then but you have to add it up all together. So it's not. You're not looking at like each. Like
No, because when they announce the judges' score, they go, judges scored at 39-27. This judge, 39-27. This judge, 39-27. This judge. You know what I mean? So if 2 judges score it, because there's going to be 10 more. If she gets 10 on this one and 10 on this one, even if she loses by 5 on this one, she can win. That's how they judge it.
I'd have to sit down and think about it, not in the middle of the matches, but
Think about UFC when they score it. Each judge is separate. They don't add all the judges together.
I see what you're saying. All right, so we are about to get into it here with Jordan Juliano from 10th Planet Bethlehem and Max Livingston
Okay, these guys are ready to go.
for the 170-pound title. Both very strong wrestlers. I expect to see a lot of work on the feet here.
they did not get announced. Kick them off. You were not ready.
I'm trying to jump the gun. Everybody's so amped. All this talk about submissions and scorecards. And these guys are ready to go. When you're out there competing for that title, man, there's nothing like it. I can understand how these guys want to get in there and get after it.
Hey. Oh, it's not on the right one. 1 second. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, who's winning football right now? Kansas City. Fuck, I hate them. The Bills can't beat that team. I know. Kansas City, dude. I know. Can't they fucking... Don't get me fired up right now. You know what I mean? They fucking suck.
Ravens are going to stop their dick in. Ravens going to stop that dick in.
Ladad, you better save this.
I don't even watch football, but I believe her.
Jordan, see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're all 170 pounds. Introducing first, representing Team Red, we got Max Livingston.
Max Livingston, all black.
And your very own 10-planet Bethlehem, give it up for Jordan Juliano.
Right, against Jordan Juliano. So both of these guys, very active competitors, both D1 wrestlers, highly athletic guys, always on the competition scene. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah. Like I said, I expect to see a lot of stand-up, and we're seeing that early, both kind of hand fighting, feeling each other out.
Mm-hmm.
The wrestling changes. I mean, I've talked a lot about this, how these long matches affect, but I think the stand-up might be one of the biggest things that it's affected by. Maintaining that wrestling posture for 15 minutes is almost impossible, so you got to really decide what pace you want to set in your wrestling.
Right, restarting back to the center so they don't get wrestled into the crowd. Finishers crowd, they're used to moving though. They know the drill.
Yeah. Everybody loves those crazy ADCC wrestling into the crowds. I'm not the biggest fan of that.
Right? Like it's just weird because it's like you'll wrestle them into a table and they'll tell you to continue and it's like, but why? They're on a table now. Like
it's a little clickbaity to me. I think they just do it for the clips. It's not really constructive for anybody.
It's not. Like, what's the point of even having mats then?
Right.
Just wrestle on carpet. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I think I saw Cody Steele at Trials last year wrestling somebody in a merch booth. And I was like, all right, what are we doing? It looks like a WWE backstage video.
Right?
Come on, Jordan, he's waiting on him. Come on.
Max Livingston on bottom here.
Mm-hmm. He's got butterfly guard. He's got to work for like some inside control if you're trying to work from butterfly guard.
I'd like to see him kind of get underneath the Jordan and pull him off that base. But I can imagine that's hard. Jordan Juliano, very heavy,
right?
Very good hips. You know, you don't want to risk him being able to hip switch and come through that guard. But Max Livingston a little too flat.
Yeah, with butterfly guard, you know, if you don't have any upper body control, you still want to stay sitting up.
Yeah, you hear Jordan Giuliano's coaches calling for that loose passing, and that's, I think, because Max Livingston's being a little less active on bottom with that guard, and if he can catch him in one of those real loose, quick passes and secure top position.
Back up and do it again, Jordan.
Yeah, but Max also has a great bottom game, you know, with his guard recovery. I mean, Kevin Dantzler, who we just saw earlier, is his coach tonight, so.
There we go. Yeah, there's a great example of that. Jordan Giuliano was passed. He was all the way in on the head in a full spin, invert right back into regarding. I'm wondering what kind of toll that's going to take on Max Livingston, though. I think he's searching for that opening off of Giuliano being loose, but Jordan Juliano maybe should collect those legs together, try and smash those legs down. There we go. If he's gonna play low like this, he needs to put some weight on those legs or go back to that loose passing. He can't play that middle ground of just kind of sitting there and cooking on your heels.
Yeah. So you got to work for that, like that body lock pass, or you just got to stand.
Yeah. Oh, Max Livingston in on the
Ooh,
leg.
he's got a little bite there.
Great patience out of Max Livingston to find that opening.
Yeah, it looks like he's using. Did he have
Nice.
that? Looks like
Don't know that he has
Jordan's-
much knee line control though.
Right. I don't think he really. He's only got it at the foot. I don't think he really has.
No.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, now he's got the foot back in.
Doesn't quite have it reeked over
Yeah.
to get heel exposure, but if he could get Jordan Juliano a little bit forward, if he kicks that
Yeah.
center leg.
Exactly. He's got to push to one side. Got to elevate a little bit.
Good patience out of Juliano, being really aware. He didn't look panicked at all in there.
Yeah.
And we're really seeing him come into his own. Yeah.
Yep. Nice heavy north-south here.
You hear the entire 10th Planet by the Hum team
Yeah.
calling for Juliano to get heavy. He seems like he's got chest to chest, but if you look closer, you can see Livingston's leg is on the inside there, and I think Livingston's going to be able to elevate him and get him off,
Yeah.
and maybe get a bite on that ankle again. Yep.
Yep.
There we go. His coach, Jordan Juliano's coach is calling for that knee cut, but I don't think he's going to be able to just sneak right through.
Yeah. But nice, misdirection.
Yeah, Livingston's doing a good job of putting that knee shield in there, and that's going to stop that knee cut all day. He's just going to kind of bounce off of that. Livingston.
Ooh.
Really good counter there. I thought Livingston was
Yeah, I
coming
thought he
out for
was
sure.
gonna attack the back there.
Yeah. So last couple seconds of this round, I think we have to give that to Jordan Juliano. On top for a lot more of the round. Had that good pass at the end there, which I think really locked it up for him. But I think he was kind of in the lead there.
All right, so we do have two judges giving the first round to Jordan Juliano, with one judge giving it to Max Livingston.
Yeah, I think Juliano was the right choice there.
So we will do a better job this time explaining the scoring. My bad. We screwed it up last time. So we will explain it better this time if we go into multiple rounds. So my apologies to Zach. He was right.
He was.
He
Really?
He was
So
right.
it's can admit when we're wrong.
Yes.
It's a new scoring, new rule set.
Exactly. Not
Jack
used to the
Massetti,
open
one of the
scoring.
few people that
I know,
actually
right?
judge CJI.
Right?
So
So who are we to argue with him?
Yeah, that's true.
Right, here we go, round two. Yeah, so you saw one thing that was really high in contention at CGI was, who was initiating the action when it came to someone who was pulling guard and working from the bottom. So if you are just constantly defending the guard pass, but you're not trying to work actively for leg entries or sweeps or anything, then the person on top is the one that's initiating the action. So, you have to be more engaged from the bottom to win a round.
I think you almost have to look at it like criteria, like MMA's effective striking, grappling, and control of the cage. For me in jiu-jitsu, it's effective top game, effective body game, and effective wrestling. And if you look at those three criteria, even if somebody's doing really good in one, maybe they're not winning the other two. So if you can kind of pick who won at least two of those criteria, I think that's a good way to indicate in your head who's winning the round.
Yeah. Ooh,
Beautiful snap
wow.
down. Max Livingston kind of took a shot from a little bit too far out, I think, and Juliano just lightning quick capitalized on
Right
that.
on the head.
And now we see him in north-south, good dominant position, putting that squeeze on Max Livingston. Jordan Juliano's got to be strong. Max Livingston, not the easiest thing to hold down. But he does kip right out of it. Exactly like I was just saying. Max Livingston not going to let you just hold him down.
Keep pushing it, Jordan. He can't lay back.
Snaps down on the head. Now we're seeing a little bit more engagement of Max Livingston out of that butterfly, which is what I wanted to see from him in the first round.
Yeah.
Leg drag.
It's definitely a loud match in here because, this is Jordan's home gym, home turf.
Yeah, you hear Kevin Dantzler calling for Max Livingston to off-balance Jordan Juliano, and I think really that's a good idea. He needs to break up this rhythm of Juliano just hammering into him.
Ooh.
Really good inversion to get back to that guard.
Yeah, that's one thing. When you have a guy that throws their legs up so fast and so easily, when you're in that north-south position, you know, you've got to start blocking the hips a little bit. You know, it's Jordan staying heavy on the head, but he's got to, you know, start to put pressure on his hips so that Max can't recover that guard.
Yeah, and you see guys do some crazy stuff from there, get full back takes out of those positions from bottom. But I think Jordan Juliano's doing a good job of pressing his chest into the face and controlling the shoulders so that he can't really come up on top of him. All he can do is really wind the legs back in for the regard.
Nice, Jordan. Circle, circle.
Max Livingston needs to not just kind of try and grab these things and wait for it to happen. He needs to time Jordan Juliano coming in a little bit better if he wants to make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. We saw a little bit of an attempt to that. Time him coming in, grab that leg and go under. Juliano just one step ahead.
Yep.
Really good top pressure here. He's got both those knees mashed together.
Yeah, you just got to be smart about passing. He's got to use leg staples to be able to pin Max's legs so that he can pass around without getting locked up in like a half guard or something.
Yeah, either a leg staple or like a quick hip switch when Livingston tries to open up to that other side. But I think that the pressure, you're right, is probably the better way because you don't want to give Max Livingston any opportunity to regard you.
Yeah.
We've seen how crafty he is there. Nice. Yeah, Max Livingston working underneath, trying for the ankle again. But again, I think when he reaches from a little too far on the outside and he puts himself under Jordan, it's giving Jordan these opportunities to pass.
Yeah, and I think Jordan's probably a little bit more wise to it now.
Yeah. As the match goes on, especially a really long match, you get all this feeling out. We're at about the last 50 seconds of this second round here, and I think this round also has been all Juliano.
Nice, Jordan. Keep going, keep it down,
Jordan Juliano, classic wrestler move, uses his face to just block the entire wrestle up.
Right? Hey,
You know,
whatever works.
Yeah. Hands, face, neck, whatever you can stop the person with.
Right?
Max Livingston maybe thinks, all right, let me try and get some wrestling in. The guard hasn't been working. Got snapped down off that one shot, but that doesn't mean he can't load up, try it again. Tries that Imanari. I think he's a little far out for that, honestly. Jordan Juliano doing a good job of recognizing when Livingston wants to pull guard, giving him a little shove back, stiff arming him, and then re-engaging.
Looks like he's got a little bit of a Kimura lock there.
Time.
Great.
Yeah, so I would say again, that round, Jordan Juliano, Max Livingston going to need something big in this final round to come back.
Yeah, so we have, judges are in, all three of them scored at 10-9 for Jordan Juliano. So going into this third round, we have Jordan up 20-18 on two scorecards and tied 19-19 on one judge's scorecard.
Rene Souza looks like he's talking Jordan Juliano through some wrestling exchanges. Maybe wants to see something a little different on the feet out of him. I think if I'm Kevin Dantzler in the corner of Max Livingston, I'm telling him he needs to make something happen.
Yeah.
Can't be as passive on the bottom. He needs to really dig for one of those legs and time that big step from Jordan Juliano. Maybe Max Livingston needs to try and get on top somehow, not just play the bottom. That might be a path to victory. We haven't seen Jordan Juliano on his back at all in this match, I don't think.
Yeah, because either he needs a submission this round or he's got to be ultra dominant to get a 10-8 round.
Yeah. I think based on the game plan we've seen out of him so far, the submission's probably what he's going to be looking for. I'd like to see him get a little closer before he tries these feints on the feet, too.
Nice little clash of heads there.
Jordan Juliano, very fast. This is two quick guys, and Jordan Juliano still looks fast.
Yeah.
That was real deep penetration on the shot. Thankfully, right on the outside. Stop that for Max Livingston, but. Good shot. Good shot. Max Livingston maybe load up on a couple more of those. He was close.
Snap, Jordan, snap.
Good snap to front head. Jordan Juliano's in tight on like a Darce type position.
Yes.
It's on the edge. I would hate to see this broken up because Jordan Juliano is really deep on that.
They usually don't. If they're starting in something,
Jordan
then
Juliano running.
they're just going to tell the people to move.
Running that chin strap. Love to see it. Jordan Juliano up a little too high. He's almost in north-south. That guillotine, you lose that when you're up that high.
Yeah, he's got to move his hips further down, closer to Max's.
His elbow is too flared away from his body, and as you start winding yourself up like that, you can't pull your elbow back in. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Jordan Juliano. So they're going to reset them, I hope, in top side. Jordan Juliano in top side control.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Jordan Juliano just all over him right now.
Yeah, he's smothering now.
Max Livingston needs to be thinking movement right into some action. There we go. Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about.
This is it where you got to go for broke.
Yeah.
Always be forward. Always be offensive.
What I don't want to see out of Max Livingston is something like that Eminari again and put himself on bottom.
Yeah.
Juliano maybe knowing he's up. A little bit of backwards motion. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, I was thinking maybe he was backing up a little bit coasting, but he was backing up looking for that duck under.
Yeah.
That was nasty, nasty wrestling.
Circle, Jordan, circle.
Nice. Man, Jordan Juliano is on point. You hear Kevin Dantzler call for that forward. I agree. Nice. Ooh, little, I think a clash of heads right into the nose.
Yeah. We've seen that a couple times already.
A little bit of blood.
Got some blood.
A little blood never hurt anybody. Get that cleaned up. Nah, Max Livingston, he's a dog. He said, I don't care. Let's go. You need that sick Instagram picture with the blood on your face.
Right? I mean, again, both these guys are really high-level wrestlers, and when you're leading with your head, and both these guys are really quick, so it happens.
That injury time, blood time can really break your rhythm, too, and you'll feel like that adrenaline dump sometimes when you get that, and then you come back out, your arms feel like they're full of lead.
Yeah.
So, Jordan Juliano, again, let Max Livingston come forward a little bit. I think he knows Max Livingston might be in desperation mode here, and he's going to use that to time him.
One more shot, Jordan.
There it is.
Nice.
Man. Great wrestling. I love both guys, too. I mean, Max Livingston's...
Yeah, he's no slouch.
Yeah,
you know,
he doesn't look bad at all. I think Juliano's just on fire here. But
he counter wrestles a lot. You know, he waits for Max to make the first move, and then he capitalizes off of it.
We were talking about these long matches. You know, the wrestling's one of the hardest parts. Juliano really adjusted his style in this last round to more counter wrestling, as he's been the aggressor on the feet for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
We're at about 40 seconds left here in this final round.
Let's go, Jordan. You're first.
Big snaps from Juliano. Low ankle pick attempt from Livingston. Let's see what Livingston tries in the last 20 seconds here. got?
15 seconds, 15 seconds. Finish strong, finish strong.
Final 10 seconds here.
10 seconds, 10 seconds. Yeah.
And no break in the pace, even with a couple seconds left. Wow. Time. Awesome match. Awesome match. Both these dudes absolutely relentless. Both these dudes super talented.
Yep.
But I think that was all Jordan Juliano.
Yeah, both savages. I mean, they just working hard, start to finish.
And I think we're about to see it, make it official. Rene Souza getting hyped to put the belt on his boy.
I know. He was just trying to throw it in there.
A lot of respect from the crowd for that match, justifiably so.
All three had it scored 30, 27, 29, 28, and 30, 27 for your new 170-pound champion. Out of 10th Planet Bethlehem.
We got a fired up Jordan Juliano here. He's like, just let me raise your hands.
There it is. Jordan
Now we got the hand
Juliano,
raise.
officially new finishers 170-pound champ in a very, very, very high-pace, high-action match.
Yep, there's a
Great
belt.
match, dude.
Belt coming home to Finishers MMA, 10th Planet Bethlehem.
I don't think Max Livingston has anything to hang his head about in there,
No.
dude. He was in Jordan Juliano's face. Jordan Juliano just a little bit ahead, but man, credit to both those guys. Jordan Juliano brings the belt back home. That's got to fire you up, win that on your home turf.
2 judges, yeah. Totally. You know, I messed up. Remember, I messed up the Keith one because he counted it all up, and I was like 56, 40, and he was like, "The fuck?" He's like, "I won though, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you won." You won. He was like, "All right," and then afterwards he was trying to explain to me the thing. I was like, "Dude, no, I know, but it just didn't." And he was like, "No, you don't get it." I was like, "No, I get it." Yeah, but one guy, like, because that happened in, I forget what UFC fight it was, where they made a big deal out of it. It was the one in Newark, where one guy gave it 4 rounds to 1 for, it was Sean Strickland versus fucking, what's that guy, who's the guy?
Oh, yeah. Holocaust.
Yeah. The one judge gave it 4 rounds to 1, and everyone was like, "What? Yeah. What happened? Thing died." There's only It's all right. We got it.
We're down to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
First one and one more.
Looking at Matt Mash, Christian Boby coming up here.
Yeah, this match is just crazy.
Yeah, as a big guy myself, I'm very excited for this heavyweight title. But this match, 155 title, this is, I can't even fault them, man. This is a crazy match. We were talking about guys using finishers to get to that next level, but Matt Mash, dude, he's a guy that's at the next level. He just won EBI.
Yeah, he just won Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds just last month.
Yeah, so
and that's like, and both of these guys, they're already in phenomenal shape for something that could turn into 3 rounds. Like, Matt won a tournament format where he had to win, multiple times in one evening. And Christian Boby just came off of his first professional MMA win, where you're training to go, 3 5-minute rounds. So this is not new territory for either of them.
No, and I think competing up a little bit in weight for Matt Mash too, right? I think he won the EBI at 145.
155.
155?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is his natural mid-class. Christian Boby does look a little bit bigger, though, but I think maybe just a little bit of difference in build, too.
Yeah. Boby competes in MMA at 145.
So strong, bro.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Christian Boby is out first in the orange.
People's MMA weight classes can be so deceiving, though. They can compete at 145 and weigh 175.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he competes at 145. Actually, he did in his early amateur career, went down to 135.
Wow, crazy. He looks like such a big guy to make
Yeah,
that weight.
but he started fighting really young, and so, it's just, you start growing up and you start to fill out a little bit, so you got to go up a weight class.
Man, what would you expect besides some hard collar ties between a combat jiu-jitsu world champion and a professional MMA fighter?
I know. And also Matt Mash, I believe he's still only 18 years old.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yep.
That is crazy
He is a
accomplishments
teenage
for a
phenom. Yep.
young kid
And
like
he's
that.
he's just a purple belt. Ooh, nice fireman's carry.
Nice fireman's carry, but Matt Mash says, I
He's
see
turning
it,
it-
and I
he's
hang on
turning
to your
into a
neck.
guillotine. Ooh, nice rolling back take. I mean, wow. The scrambles already. And last time we saw Matt Mash in here, he went up against Keith Krikorian. It's to even have a match like of that caliber at his age. Also, Christian Boby, I will say, also went up against Keith Krikorian for a different promotion not that long ago.
Yeah, Keith Krikorian, obviously huge name.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these guys to have that level of experience. But man, you blew my mind telling me Matt Mash is 18. I thought he was a grown man. This dude's been competing at such a high level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Boby's not that old either, is he?
26, I believe.
I mean, so young, yeah.
Yeah. But to have the amount of experience both of them have.
Boby, man,
Ooh,
I love
right
it.
on that
I
neck.
love the
Like, he
guillotine.
loves
Oh,
that. Loves it.
I love to see it.
Yeah, he loves going for that mounted guillotine. Like, he uses it as basically a guard pass.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean-
he's like, I don't care if your legs are in the way. I'm just going to aggressively reach over and
I hear
go
him.
for
I do
this.
the exact same thing. And I think that's a good idea on somebody like Mash that maybe wants to go under you a little bit, try and play a trickier guard game, use that to back him off, get him thinking, maybe I don't want to go underneath this guy, maybe I don't want to invert hard.
Yeah, and also last time we saw Boby in here, he made it into the semis of the Who's Number 1 qualifier as well. So I believe he won like 3 matches that day, and then
Yes, I remember that. That was
lost to
crazy performance.
Julian Espinoza, which was another crazy match.
I was about to say Julian Espinoza, a name that people should know too.
Yeah.
Crazy, some crazy talented little guys.
Oh,
Wow,
we've got.
what a wild reversal.
He's trying to pass
Man,
Matt's
Boby just
legs.
can't.
Wow.
He just can't settle those hips, which is
Yeah.
so important to get that mounted guillotine.
Because look how long Matt's legs are, and look at the flexibility. Look where his knees are going. Like, that's not like his range of motion that he has.
Hear Mike Wacker calling for a lot of movement out of Matt Mash.
Yeah, just telling him don't stop.
And like you said, I don't think either of these guys is going to stop. They're so well conditioned, such a high level. What a crazy match to get on like just like a local, Saturday night
Right?
in a gym. I think most promotions would happily pay and have these
Right.
guys on like a crazy big match in an arena. We get to view it here in this smaller setting. It's awesome.
Yeah, and
It's
also
kind of
like,
like almost like a false read, but he steps up with
yeah,
it. He kind of stepped on that thigh of Christian Boby as he came up. A little unconventional. Now he's in kind of a leg drag position, but I think
Almost.
looking to maybe drop back on that leg. Bob was aware of that and grabbed his own foot to stop
Yeah.
that from happening.
ooh, nice little hook there by Boby to be able to recover that guard and not just allow him to pass.
Yeah. Now we see Matt Mash maybe looking to grab the head. I see your guillotine and raise you this guillotine. That row drag position on another big thing right now. Pushing that arm across. Hear Mike Wacker saying that's all he's got. I don't know about all that. I think maybe he's got some other stuff, but
Right? It's always interesting to hear him coach.
it's funny when you have one really good submission, people think that's all you've got.
Oh, does he got a nice little arm? Oh,
Last 20 seconds.
nice escape by Boby there.
This is another one. I don't know who I would give this round to.
Yeah. You just hear Matt Mash's coach just yell he's tired, and Boby just shakes his head like, I'm not tired. What are you talking about?
Yeah, sometimes I think coaches kind of just say that.
Yeah. Especially, when there are judges involved and
Mike Wacker also a big fan of walking out into the middle of the mat to like meet his athletes on the mat. It's kind of funny.
Right. All right. Well, yeah, first round. We got all three judges score at 10-9. Christian Boby.
I mean, I could see that. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, can I get a minute to think about this round?
Yeah.
I need an instant replay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it looks like they were just kind of more focused on Boby being more of the top player that round.
I guess. I would like to see. Man, as these rule sets become more and more common, I wonder if we'll start to see almost like stats like you see in the UFC. Like, here's this guy's control time. Here's this guy's sub attempts. We need somebody with the little board clicking it.
Yeah. I mean, but in jiu-jitsu, it's really hard to think of control time, just because if you're in like half guard and someone's like not smashing or anything, who's technically in control, because it's a good position for both.
Yeah. As a mainly a guard player myself, I see where a lot of people are coming with, and I mean that was the big controversy at TJI, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just it all comes down to who's initiating the action, because that's number one in this rule set. So even no matter what position you're in, if you're the one initiating that action, that's what the judges are going to score it for more.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good. I wouldn't even call that a sweep necessarily, but just backing Boby off enough that Boby felt like he didn't want to keep coming forward, so he voluntarily pulled. And that's just giving like almost just the motion to elicit the reaction that you want.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get into the leg entanglements with Mash.
No. So maybe he figures he'll concede this bottom position rather than come up and expose that leg.
Ooh, nice heavy cross face there by Mash.
Yeah, he doesn't have a ton of weight on him, but he has a really good grip over that face. So I think Boby will looking for the right opportunity when Mash lifts off a little bit to explode. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Boby's looking to recover guard.
Really crafty, sticky hooks from bottom from Boby. Mash is in on that head.
Oh, he's got that nice triangle. Does he have? Ooh.
Boby's out. He's in on the. Thought maybe he might use that omoplata position to sweep. We're going to see Boby try and stack him up onto his neck here.
Boby really loves double unders, passing wise. Very old school.
Yeah, I like to. It's cool to see some of that stuff still used.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah, especially we see, because Mash, he's just got a very, open guard. Like, his knees are very wide because of his flexibility, and, it's just an easier grip for Boby there.
Yeah. I think maybe sometimes these modern, very, sport-specific jiu-jitsu guys don't see some of those old smashing positions, and maybe you can kind of catch them in something that they're less aware of. You see that with closed guard sometimes with guys. That lightning fast triangle, I think that just keeps backing Boby off. Yeah. Now Boby's underneath. He needs to stack him a little bit more on his neck to look. There it is. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, except Mash. Oh, nice redirect there.
Good Heisman.
Yeah.
I thought maybe we'd see a little bit more of a arm saddle entry there, but I think he didn't have the grip.
Yeah.
Stop. Reset, center.
2 minutes left in the round here. But these guys aren't even breathing heavy. I'm tired of watching this, and they look like they just did a flow roll with a white belt to warm up.
Right. I am at the age where 1 5-minute super fight is it for me.
Yeah, I think maybe I can get 6 minutes out of myself. That's about it.
I like the Masters level. Thank you.
Yeah, I think once I hit 30, I was like, nah, I don't know how interested I am in 15-minute matches anymore.
Just wait till you hit 40.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. I like to tell people I was never hurt in jiu-jitsu. Then I turned 30, and it was like every day. I'm
All
hurt.
downhill.
Yeah.
Downhill from there.
Yeah, it was
Well,
like-
I didn't even start jiu-jitsu till I was 30, so I've just been always injured.
See, you got the advantage. I can remember what it was like to roll when I was 17. I was like, I'm impervious to all damage.
Ooh, nice sweep there by Boby.
I think we're seeing a little bit more out of Matt Mash this round. So far, I might give it to him, I think. Looking for that triangle again. Boby's so aware of it, though. He's kind of angling his head off, forcing Mash to go into that omoplata, which he can slip his arm out of a lot easier.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely initiating the action more this round.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree. I think maybe he saw that he was a little lacking there, seeing what the judges are looking for, and he figured he needed to turn that up. There we go. Double
He's got
unders.
double unders in this butterfly guard. I mean, Boby looks pretty chill.
They're both just like, I think both of them are so unfazed by everything.
Yeah,
I guess when you're used to getting punched in the face, whether it's combat jiu-jitsu or MMA,
right. It's like,
a couple positional rounds aren't going to.
I think we might see another triangle set up. He's working off of that shoulder crunch there.
Boby's doing a good job of taking that left arm and putting it over in front of that knee. Yeah, he's managing that distance well to negate that triangle attempt.
Great. End of the second round here. Let's see how the judges score this
I think I'd go
one.
Matt Mash on that one. Let's see what they
It
say.
is, all right. All three judges score at 10-9 Matt Mash. So it is 19-19 across the board. So it's whoever takes this third round, right? It's up for grabs.
Is that Joe Piper?
Yes, that is Joe Piper in his corner, yeah. Christian Boby, he trains out of Team Webb, but also Marquez MMA, and Joe Piper, he's a staple at both.
Yeah, Joe Piper, UFC middleweight. Vicious knockouts, but also a jiu-jitsu competitor, I think. He's done some Fury grapplings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, he was very wrestling heavy when he first, when he's, I mean, even though that's what you saw in all of his MMA fights, because he was champion for Art of War locally here, and, he's known for being a knockout artist, but he's got a pretty good wrestling background. All right, ooh, nice little snatch single there for Boby.
I think Mash kind of conceded that a little
Yeah.
bit, though. Mash hunting this triangle. I think he really sees that's his way to victory here, but Boby too aware of it, I think.
Yeah, he does a great job of stuffing that secondary leg that Mash needs to pull out to finish that triangle.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Mash knows what he has to do to win a round now.
Circle back, guys. Circle back.
So we're going into this 1-1. Both these guys got to think, what can I do?
Ooh.
What can I do to make myself... that was a good takedown. I don't think Mash conceded that one. I think that was all clean takedown from Boby.
I don't think Boby was expecting that takedown, actually.
Yes. I think he thought Mash was going to pull.
Yeah.
Really, really good awareness from him on top. Mash looking for that leg now, but Boby, again, digs those arms in there, gets underneath. Like you said, there's double under, single under. I'd like to see even maybe like an over-under style of pass when he's in this half guard. I think that could serve him well, getting that top hook out of his way and pressuring through to that other side. There we go. Beautiful.
Yeah, but not able to hold it. Mash is just so good at recovering that guard. He just slides those knees right in.
Yeah, but I think if Boby figures if he can set a pace and keep working and be the one on top initiating, just like he was the first round, maybe he can take this on the decision.
Yeah.
I'd be really surprised if either of these guys can pull off a submission just so high level, both of them so aware.
Yeah, but I mean, it'll be huge. If you could get to even just like a back take or mount or even hold something like that for even just a little bit, that'll be huge for this match.
Now I'm thinking I want to see this match with some slaps, some combat jiu-jitsu, both of these guys. What does that add to this, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Oh. There we go. All right, Boby kicks that leg back.
Ooh.
Nah, Boby's out.
Yep.
Man,
Oh,
What?
Oh, he's got the arm. Oh, the arm of
That
Plata.
was insane. Who shoots a triangle like that?
Right? Oh my God. That lightning fast.
We're gonna need it. We're gonna need that cut up for the Instagram highlight reel, please.
Wow.
That was, talk about a good submission attempt to lock up the round. Christian Boby got to make something happen.
He
to come
does.
back after that.
Ooh.
Man, my elbow hurt watching that.
Right? Like that. Ooh, he bent that arm.
But again, both these guys so freaking tough. I think you're gonna have to nail them down to really get them to tap.
Right?
You're not gonna get that cheap lightning fast tap. Good reversal. Good reversal. Are we gonna see the back tap? Yes.
Wow.
So close.
He's got the Kimura lock. He just can't quite get the hooks
So
in.
close. Oh.
Wow.
Man. And now we're seeing a reversal again. Boby's got to keep it. Boby's got to keep.
He's got to watch for the triangle.
Boby's in kind of almost a crucifix, but I think Matt.
Move! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Stand up and get out of the fucking way!
That's one thing.
An animated Zach Massey,
Yes.
as always.
Because as long as there's still action going on, they're going to let him work.
Man, we are scrapping.
Wow. Wow.
A little bit of a deep breath.
Oh! Oh, that. Oh, my God. Wow. We got a tap. That armbar by Matt Mash.
I think we saw a little bit of the energy finally go out of Boby. I was about to say he's taking that deep breath,
Yeah.
and he was maybe like a quarter second behind Matt Mash. I mean, something to speak to that experience. Both of these guys really, but Matt Mash was just locked in right away, and he saw that opportunity and seized it.
Matt Mash, winner by armbar in the third round.
So every match has a submission, right? We haven't had a single decision, have we? No.
We
it's
have
weird.
not.
Yeah, no, we have not.
We have not. So, wow. Just, man, that match was phenomenal. That was bananas.
Yeah, that's one to
Loved it.
watch.
I mean, both guys, just so much fun to watch. And it was just, you just saw Matt Mash just really figure it out by the end. Like that third round, it was all him. He figured out Boby, how Boby moves, and he capitalized.
So here it is, the heavyweight title, man, the one I have been looking forward to. Pat Chigoli and Connor Dixon. Pat Chigoli, I think, got to be one of the longest running champions. He won it at Night of Champions. I don't think there's ever been another Finishers heavyweight champ.
I don't think so. I think it's just him, but he's going up against, the formidable Connor Dixon.
Connor Dixon, a guy, I'm very aware of his game. Me and him have had 2 matches against each other. Very, very skilled. Had a great year last year. Goop was out for most of last year, I think, with an injury, but has come back and had some really solid performances. Taking out Cody Gamble, who submitted him at ADCC trials. He got that one back, submitted him with a heel hook. So kind of returned to form right away. Came back, defended his title.
Yeah, Goop is basically like a leg lock specialist, that's majority of his wins come by way of leg lock. So, Connor Dixon, he's a very well-round jiu-jitsu guy, you've seen him play top game, bottom game. He has a very extensive leg lock game as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what his game plan is going up against a guy like Goop.
Yeah, nasty guillotine from Connor too. Pretty good arm bars. There's really not anything that he doesn't do well. Maybe not, everything might not be 100% for him, but really well-rounded. But Goop, that leg lock game, you just cannot underestimate it. If he grabs something, he is ripping your leg off. Goop also looks like he's maybe in a little bit better shape than usual. So maybe he's going to come in with some better cardio, knowing that this is going to be the 15-minute match. Also just getting older. He's a dude that's been the champ since he was a teenager.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, he's not that much older now. So you say he's been the champ for a while, but yeah, he got it when he was almost a kid. So...
But with that, with that getting older, if you're that young, comes a lot of strength. So maybe we'll see more of a top game out of him. And we could start to see his game change a little bit as he ages, because he's only getting more and more experience.
Exactly. It usually does evolve. So it's like we'll see. Because he hasn't competed in a little bit. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what his game, if it's evolved into something else. Who knows?
Nah, Goop looks good. He looks strong.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for your main event, the finisher's heavyweight title.
Heavyweight title, the baddest man.
Introducing first, the challenger out of the Cage Grappling Club, Connor Dixon.
Right, Connor Dixon, first out in the all-black kit.
Branding, defending, finisher's heavyweight title.
Yeah, I wish we had a stat on how many title defenses Goop has. It's got to be, by my count, I think at least 5.
Right,
Goop pulls right away. I'm not surprised by that at all.
right. It's no surprise.
I think
It's like he's very clear with what his game plan is.
Yeah, Connor trying to pass to the outside, stay loose, keep his legs back from Goop. And I think that's what you got to do. If you play his game, he's going to not hesitate, and he's just going to tear you up there.
Right, and it's like, and don't let Goop's size fool you. Like, he is very flexible. His dexterity is phenomenal. Like, he's like definitely, his body style does not match his game.
No, and he's also crazy tough. He is. I've seen him let dudes crank on subs like that. I just could not believe he wouldn't tap to.
Yeah, Connor Dixon's doing a great job keeping that leg away, that far leg, because that's what he wants. He's got that one butterfly hook in. He wants to try and get under Connor's other leg, but he's keeping it far away at a distance.
Yeah, that Goop's false reap is crazy, dude. If he latches onto that leg, his ability to invert there is so fast. Yeah, Connor kicks right out of that. I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think we're going to see Goop go for the leg, Connor kick out, Connor re-engage and try and enter back in on something a little bit more solid. I don't think Connor wants to try and just blitz through that.
No, you have to play smart. With a guy like Goop, you can't just throw your body in there for a guard pass. Like, you're going to get caught up in something.
We've seen that with some of the guys that Goop's taken out pretty easily. They just try and hard smash through them, thinking that's the way to victory. And
Yeah, like, it might work for some heavyweights, honestly, but it will not work on a guy like Goop.
No, and we talked about this initiation. If Goop just keeps reaching for that leg, going for the leg locks, and Connor does back up, you might have to give the round to Goop. So we'll have to see some sort of offense out of Connor, even though he's on top. Close guard for Goop, different. I think he's hoping for Connor to pop up and he can dig under one of those legs.
Yeah. Right, first call for action here, because also, Connor's trying to be mindful of not just standing up as well, because he knows that Goop wants on his legs.
John Blank calling for action again. Finishers really has gotten aggressive with the stalling calls, which I love to see. In the past, especially with EBI rules, we saw a lot of guys just kind of chilling, waiting for EBI, which not a fan of.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I love that they've switched over to this CJI formats, just because it's, you did see some guys where it was just like, they were just coasting through the match.
How many stalls can I get before it's a penalty?
Ooh, nice guard passing there. Ooh.
Connor in on that head. That's kind of what I was expecting. If Goop went underneath, Connor's going to try and snatch that head to back him off. Getting a little breakdown on the stalling rules here from Zach Maslany. The judge, if there is a stalling call, will break it, tell them that they need to make the action happen, and then if it happens again, we'll start to see some points go. So hopefully not a factor in the match, though. Hate to see it decided by something like that.
Yeah.
Connor attacking that top leg a little bit. Be impatient, though. That's what both of these guys are so good. They don't want to give each other an opening. Hard inversion from Goop, looking to come underneath and scoop that up. Connor in on that single leg and really controlling.
Yeah, it's,
Good.
you see, nice little.
Nice face kick.
I mean, he pushed it away. Wasn't so much a kick. I mean, that is perfectly legal in jiu-jitsu as long as it's just a push and not a kick.
Connor reaches through for that far side leg. I'm thinking he might want to try and come around to the front a little bit more and not expose that back leg to Goop. Yeah, there we go. Good. Connor really aware those sprawls out. But Goop, again, just hunts. And
Yeah.
all he needs is 1 second of opening.
Yeah, his guard retention is just so good.
We're 29 seconds left of this first round. Heavyweight title fight here. Main event.
Yeah, it definitely could be like a feeling out period for them.
I think that's what it is. Both of these guys known for their submissions.
Definitely respect each other.
Last 10 seconds. Connor in on that good switch. Deceptively quick there. But Goop doesn't let it bother him. Time. We're done our first round here. Let's see where we go. I think we're going to go Connor Dixon probably for that first round.
All right, judges are already in.
Judge A and B score at 10-9 for Connor Dixon. Judge C scored at 10-9 for Patrick Goalie.
Yeah, I think that's the right choice
Yep,
there.
so we got two corners, or two judges, scored it 10-9 for Connor Dixon, and then we had one judge score it 10-9 for Goop.
Goop's dad, Chris Shigoli, in the corner there, the 10th Planet East Long Island team. That's got to help having a coach that you have that good of a connection with. You see him giving some really detailed instructions in the corner there. They've been here a bunch of times before. Connor Dixon's corner. If I'm Goop's corner, I'm telling him I think maybe to get a little bit more aggressive in this round. I know he wants to wait for that opening and Connor to kind of rise up, but he's got to make some stuff happen if he doesn't want to get behind on the scorecards.
Yeah, nice.
And we have seen some wrestling out of Goop in the past. Did a really nice blast double in his match with Ryan Roth. So maybe we'll see something different out of him on the feet. Maybe that time off, he worked on some different aspects of his game. You never know. Again, a young guy like that, they can develop so much. There's the guard pull.
Nice little shove down there by Dixon,
Yeah,
going for like
again,
a leg drag.
Chippy, kicks, shoves, slaps. It's all good. I'd like to see Connor try and press forward. Maybe not bring his knees forward, but press forward a little bit. Oh, that one might have been a kick after that.
That one was definitely a kick.
We call for action on Shigoli. Shigoli, a big fan of talking to his opponents, getting in their head, but maybe he's getting a little bit of that back from Connor Dixon today.
Yeah, because it looked like he was trying to throw him off a little bit just by that smother from the bottom, and Connor just laughed that off.
Connor pro MMA experience. You're not going to out tough him or get in his head with something like that. I
Right.
don't
He
think.
had pro MMA fights with Bellator, and he's been in this game a while.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
there
nice
we go.
little wrestle
like
up
I
here.
said, maybe see some different aspects of Goop's game. Connor shoves him back down hard, but I like to see that out of Goop.
Yeah,
I like to see
right?
him switch it up.
Love the wrestle up.
They called for action, and there it is. But Connor just very aware. I like to see that wrestle up again, man. I think maybe he's got
There
something
you go.
with that.
He's trying to use it more for a leg lock entry now, but yeah, no, I think Connor was not expecting that.
No, you see a little smile out of Goop and thinks, man, maybe that's the path. Plays this kind of like buggy guard or whatever.
Ooh, nice little
he calls that.
Estima
This is like
lock.
a unique thing that I feel like only Goop does. He kind of hooks that leg and he waits for you to come in and it gives that false read. But Connor has to drive in for that to be effective. Yeah. This is what we've seen in a lot of Goop's matches is guys that get kind of worried about that game, and it does lead to a little bit slower of a pace. John Blank calling for engagement again. Rubber guard. Love to see it in heavyweight matches. Goop's a little flat on his back to be playing rubber guard, though, I think.
Yeah. Connor's got a nice little heavy forearm there right to the neck.
I've seen Connor, be frustrated in matches by a crafty guard game before and maybe break his rhythm up. They call for action Dixon now. Goop trying to hip bump, but his hips are off the mat, so I don't think he's going to be able to generate much power. I think he kind of hoping that Connor Dixon pulled back a little bit and he could kind of catch him and surprise him. Again, rubber guard. Don't know that there's much to be done there, but he uses that rubber guard to try and invert to the leg. That's a good change up there. Very, very heavy 10th planet coded game there. And now we see Connor kind of shoving in the face there by these guys with these face smothers. You're going to be teaching that on Monday in your class, Jill? Here's how you shove your hands in somebody's face.
I teach it all the time. Like, I love it. Like, I'm sorry, like, you use it a lot. Like, when you have people that keep their arms in, like, really tight and side control mount and stuff, just slap on the smother. You make them move. Move those arms.
Yeah, that's...
I love it.
Yeah, if you ever study catch wrestling, a lot of that stuff, just frustrate the guy to make him move. That's it.
Right? It's like, I mean, it is annoying, and you want to pull that hand off your face, so you're going to have to move your legs.
Crazy sweep attempt for Goop, but he puts him... Oh, man, let's see what happens here. This is where Connor Dixon wants to be.
Right.
On front headlock.
Oh.
And we've seen this before.
I think... I mean,
Goop says, no.
Waving the finger, but...
I think I would be trying to get out, not waving my finger, but... I think Goop was aware of the time there. Good defense from him. But we had seen before his match with Cody Gamble at ADCC trials. That's where he got subbed with that front headlock. Again, he was able to get that win back, but that's I think one of the only times that I've seen Patrick Goalie subbed in a local tournament. And Connor Dixon again up, so that's 2 rounds to 1. Man, I'd like to see that wrestle up again. I thought there was something to that for Goop. If he could get on top, he's a big dude. Put some pressure down on Connor Dixon. Like I said, he looks strong.
Zach, he wants to pop top. You can pop top.
Oh boy, it's about to get slippery. I only have one rule: if my opponent pops the top, I got to do it too. So I'm wondering if we'll see a little shirtless action out of Connor Dixon, but he'd almost be smarter not to keep that grip.
All right, so even though Connor Dixon had 2 judges go 10-9 his way, it's different judges. So going into this 3rd round, we have Connor Dixon is up 20-18 with 1 judge, but the other 2 judges have it scored evenly as 19-19. So it is
Connor
technically...
on that front headlock again. He sits down, and Goop is going to be slippery. So we will see. It's going to be very hard to lock up something on him. Yeah, guys love to take their shirt off, but I don't know. It makes the match too slippery, in my opinion. There we go. Like I said, maybe we'll see a little bit more of this stand-up out of Goop. I think there's a nice big puddle that Connor just slipped in.
Yeah, I think these guys have been sweating a little bit, and it's a little slippery on these mats right now.
Yeah, but Goop using those snaps effectively, and he's right in Connor's face, getting aggressive. I like this, man. This is what this match should be like. These 2 guys trying to rip each other's heads off. Both feeling the pressure of this 3rd round, both trying to make something happen. Goop taking shots, low outside singles. Chris goalie in the corner calling for action, wanting him to go forward. The Goop wrestling era. Like to see a little bit more action, a little less of this heavyweight slap fighting trap. There we go. Connor Dixon in on the head. Goop slips out. Hard to get a grip on somebody with that long hair sweating like that. Both of these guys pretty even right now. So they stand up. One big takedown, I think. That's what we need to see.
I know. Ooh.
Man, it's going to be so hard to get that grip.
Right? It's going to be tough to stay on the head there. It's because you got to think this third round, both guys are slippery. You might not have tight of a squeeze. Could be a little bit more tired. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, this is very different out of Goop.
I know. Especially going into this third round. Like, all right.
I think he was preparing for these CJI rules. He knew.
All right, Goop.
Maybe he was saving this for the end. Goop's definitely the aggressor here. Connor needs to make something happen. Yeah, I would say action Dixon was warranted there.
Yeah, Dixon's got a final warning here. Oh!
Dixon needs to press forward a little bit. He's letting Goop back him up, and that might lose him the round. We're 3 minutes into this here. I'm thinking Dixon needs to put the pedal on the gas a little bit here.
Yeah, because especially since it's tied between two judges, he's still got to win this round.
Yeah.
He's only up 20-18 on one judge.
Yeah, one big takedown would secure the round for him if he could get it.
Yeah. Oh, Shigoli's got double unders here. Come around into the back. And Connor just elects it. Oh! I mean, ooh.
I think maybe we're just seeing a little bit of fade out of Connor, cardio-wise. This is a big opportunity for Goop here. The biggest opportunity of the match by far.
Yeah.
Minute 10 seconds left. Oh, jeez.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, that is hard cross-facing. And Connor needs to get active here, get out of this. Goop's going for that arm. Connor needs to be aware.
Yeah, always switching up to that arm bar.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Connor needs to make something happen. He has 42 seconds left. He needs to make something happen, knock it over Zealous. Oh, Shigoli throws that hard rubber guard. Yep, there we go. Connor's out of that, but Connor needs to make something happen. That back take locked this round up for Goop.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got to be careful. This could warrant a 10-8 round because you really haven't seen a lot of offense by Dixon.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a 10-8, but I definitely would say that Goop has won decisively in the round. And I don't think there's going to be much Dixon can do in this last 10 seconds. So what is this going to do? A lot of flexing and posturing at the end there.
Ooh, into the crowd. All right.
Let's see. That was a close one. Connor Dixon, I think you're seeing maybe the cardio was the biggest factor there for him. So let's see. I don't know, man. Pretty close. Don't know who we're going to...
Scores at 29-28 for Patch the goalie.
Okay.
Judge B scores at 29-28 for Connor Dixon.
Okay, 1-1.
Judge C scores at 29-28. And
I think just that back take at the end there locks it up for him. I think maybe I'd like to see that rematch, though. I don't know that there's another clear-cut heavyweight contender. Maybe Ed Sicoli with his recent win over Goop, who's looked good here, but he has a recent loss to Connor, so I mean...
right. This is the goop era. That's how we're closing out the show. So, all right. Well, thanks everyone for watching today. That includes Finishers Apex. Catch us back in March when we have the Women's Survivor Series. Also, there's going to be a Finishers Open happening next month if anyone's looking to compete. But thanks, everyone.
All right. Good showing from everybody. Peace.